Good morning, sports fans. You're in the Cheap Seats 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. Josh Komnick along with the furniture guy, Jake Johnston.
Good day.
And that's where we are this morning at Jake's Furnishings, located at 1100 Woodlawn Road. And Jake, store's full. Got a lot of things going on. What's been going on at Jake's here?
Well, we actually just started what we're calling a 13-month clearance event where we got a lot of furniture that we're moving out. Brought in some special purchases, such as a reclining power reclining 2-cup holder chair.
Power.
You push of a button and it opens up for you. You can stop it in multiple places.
Nice.
So it's really kind of nice.
Perfect for getting ready for that football playoff time.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, and this thing,
today.
you can actually put them side by side. We actually had a customer do that. It makes it look like home theater seating.
Nice. Gotcha.
These things usually run about $5.99. We got for $3.99.
Perfect.
So big discount on that. Recliners at $160, and a 2-piece sectional for only $5.99. What more do you want?
Well, yeah, what more do you want before the football season, the playoff NFL season hits? We've got that to talk about today. We've got Illinois basketball coming up. I believe it's about a 1:15 start today. The Buckeyes from Ohio State come to Champaign today after a bad loss.
Yeah.
I believe that was on Wednesday. The Illini had at Purdue, which Purdue's always a tough team at home. And the Illini fall. So the number 14, I believe, number 14, number 11 in some polls is going to take on Ohio State, who's number 8. And they came off an impressive win against Nebraska. So we've got to talk a little bit about that. But before, Jake, we step into all that action, let's go to the local stuff. And the Railers were a winner last night. We love winning Saturdays. The Railers win 52-29 over Springfield. Springfield yet to crack the winning column.
Well, maybe it's right around the corner for them. We'll see.
I think so. It might be tonight. Coach Alexander, the coach of your Railers, is to my right here at the house at Jake's Furnishings. Coach, thanks for coming in. And the game last night didn't get off a little bit to the way you wanted to start, but ultimately in the end, the Railers came out with a pretty easy one.
Well, we started out slow, like always.
Yeah.
It seems to be a trademark of this team. And, again, we talked as coaches last night that, the coaches have to do the motivating to get our guys to go. And, we don't start the night out by just going in there and getting on them real hard. Maybe we need to pretend that our pregame is our halftime speech and try to get them fired up to play at the beginning. But, we're still leading and learning our ways through. And one of the things our kids have to learn to do is to have it within themselves to get that edge that they want to start out with a bang.
Coming into the game, Springfield's 0-13. It's almost human nature. I don't care what sport you see, what level of athletics you see it at, pros, college, anybody who comes into a game that you're expected to win and expected to win easy. It's almost whatever it is, you see it all over where it's tough to get up for the game. Springfield was leading after 8-6, and then the Railers go on a big scoring. They outscored them in the second quarter 11-3, and a lot of that, Coach, was just kind of getting back in the groove. 52-29 winner for the Railers. The Railers improved to 13-3 on the season. They're 4-1 in the Central State 8. Springfield drops to 0-14. 0-5 in the conference. And Coach, all week, as you talked about, we were coming off of Collinsville, where we stumbled or hiccuped our first game, but came back with 3 strong wins to wrap up the Constellation Championship. Your message this week, you had some time to get back into the practice gym.
Well, we wanted to work on a lot of things. We wanted to get ourselves balanced in our defense and be structured and have our spacing correct. And we've done a little bit of a kind of adjusting on our defense that teams are just keeping the ball at the top and swinging it around, and we're getting to the point to where we've always tried to force to the high side. Now we're going to try, when they get low enough, we're going to push them into the corner and try and get our hard traps that our defense has really been known for. So those are some minor things that we've worked on. Last night we had to make a couple adjustments. Springfield kept all 5 guys that within the half a court to try to break our press, and so we brought our backs up, and they kind of helped us out in the trapping on their alignment, and I'm sure Coach Reed will look at the tape and see what really happened. Yeah, because it's easier for us to cover half the court than full court. So the teams that spread our defense from baseline to baseline are usually the ones that really attack us.
The Railers shoot 5 of 22 from the field in the first half, 22%, 3 of 12 from three-point land for 25%. They were 4 of 5 from the line for 80%, but Coach, really in the second half is where you took off. I think you said, I wasn't able to be at the game last night, but you said the Railers hit 4 threes in a row, I think, in the third quarter. Outscored the Senators 22-6 in the third quarter, and then go on to outscore them by 1 in the fourth, 13-12. But listen to the difference in shooting. Second half, 13 of 22 for almost 60%. From the three-point line, we were 7 of 13 for 54%, and 2 of 3 from the line for just at 67%. So the shooting in the second half was really the difference in the game.
Yeah, I think we kind of woke them up at half, and we came out. I think Gavin hit the first one, and I think Edward hit 2, and then I think Max hit 1. So, and we're a hard team to defend. You start worrying about this one, then you got this one, and all our guys can shoot the 3, and it really makes. And right now, I think we've got all the 5 guys that are doing the majority of the playing are all between 9.5 and 10.5. So. We're getting our 50 points out of, each and every one of them.
Yeah, spread
pretty
it out.
Much even up.
Yeah, you spread it out pretty well. And last night, Coach will go through the scoring. Max Cook led the way with 13. Podbelsic and Tyler Horsham each had 10, 8 for Edward Bolby, 6 for Gavin Block, 3 for Bobby Donofsky, and 2 for Adam Conrady. So you talk about 3 guys in double figures, another one with 8, and Gavin with 6. You've got, like you said, spread out scoring for your 52 points. Max Cook was 5 of 11 from the field. He made 2 of 6 from three-point land. He was 1 for 1 from the free throw line, 13 points again, 9 total rebounds, 3 assists. Another pretty good floor game for Max.
Yeah, the second half was much better. I don't think he scored the first half. All his scoring came in the second half, and we played with more intensity, with more of a purpose. In the second half, so we're pretty well pleased with what the kids were doing the second half. The first half was a different story.
Will Podbelsic, 3 of 6 from the field. He was 1 of 3 from three-point land, 3 of 4 from the line, 10 points. He also had 3 rebounds and 3 assists. Tyler Horsham, 3 of 8 from the field. He was 3 of 8 from 3. That's all he mainly does is shoot the 3, and he's been doing it pretty well all season for the Railers. 10 points for Tyler. Gavin Block was 2 of 3 from the field. He attempted 1 3. He made that one. He was 1 of 2 from the field. He had 6 points and 5 rebounds and 2 assists. Bulby was 3 of 9 from the field, 2 of 4 from three-point land. He did not attempt a free throw. He had the 8 points and 2 total rebounds. Assists for the Railers, 13, turned the ball over 10 times, and Coach, really a thing that, from what we heard or what I heard, and probably from I'm sure what you had heard, that the Senators had trouble taking care of the basketball. It showed last night, 21 turnovers.
Yeah, I thought our guys, really forced them. There was some unforced turnovers, and but that's our defense usually creates a few of them a game. It's just the where they just basically throw it out of the bounds, and if you stay true to your defense and you stay solid and do the things that we do normally, you'll get some of those turnovers. So last night was a big night on the turnovers. We're still trying to get our guys to be able to transition and get some easy baskets. I think that's important for us, instead of just trying to run an offense and have to really work hard to get our scores.
Points off turnovers was a big one for you too, Coach. 23 points off the turnovers for the Railers, only 6 for Springfield. And a stat that I look at, mainly because it's kind of interesting to me, your stats put out a points per possession. And any time that I've seen a points per possession even close to 1 point per possession, the Railers are usually, or whoever, even if the opponent has gets 1 point per possession, it's usually pretty good. Last night the Railers were at 1.1 points per every possession that we had. Springfield just 0.63, so you can tell there's quite a margin there.
Yeah, and that's important. And we play more of a possession type style basketball, and every possession is very important. And we want a shot every possession, and
right.
That's why our turnover ratio needs to be down to where we got 5 or 6 and turnovers, and that kind of outweighs our lack of rebounding skills.
The biggest run for the Railers last night was a 17-2 run. Springfield at one point had a 6-0 run on the Railers, but ultimately the Railers come out atop 52-29, improving their record to 13-3 on the season, and a nice record so far in the Central State 8 at 4-1. We're going to take a quick commercial break here from Jake's Furnishings. We'll talk with Coach here in just a little bit about next week's schedule and also what happened in the Central State 8 last night, and then there's quite a few good games going on tonight. We'll be back here from Jake's Furnishings. You're in the Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. Back out here at Jake's Furnishings, located at 1100 Woodlawn Road here in Lincoln. Jake's got the 13-month clearance going on, 10 to 50% off store-wide. Everything. Powered recliners. I'm going to have to try that before I take off.
You do need to try it. Everybody needs to try it.
Yeah, everybody should. Try out the powered recliners, getting ready for the football playoffs, and we'll be talking about that in the second half of the show. Coach Alexander in for the Railer 52-29 victory over the Senators from Springfield last night. The Railers improved to 12-3. I had us winning one more, so I'm just ahead, one day ahead, one Friday ahead of another win. But 12-3 for the Railers, 4-1 in the Central State 8. Springfield drops to 0-14, 0-5 in the conference, Coach. And all in all, second half was a good one. And the schedule that we've got coming up is no slouch for the Railers.
Not at all. We start next Friday. We play 7 games in 9 days. So, the positive thing about that is Joey Olden has to go back to the doctor, and hopefully Tuesday he'll get his cast off, and hopefully we're just hoping that we'll maybe get him to play next week, and that'll really help us out tremendously. So, I don't say, we'll have him back next week. He has to go back to the doctor, and, they're going to take a look at it, and we just hope
little
after.
extra depth on that bench would be kind of nice.
And, experience depth. And, we've been getting through with some younger kids that are still feeling their way through and everything. But, he gives us a lot that we haven't had in a while, is a length at our point guard defensively, where hopefully he can get his hands on some things, and you can get Pod back to his spot to where we can use his quickness, and he reads it pretty well, to maybe we can create some more easy scores.
Not that you ever want an injury, Coach, especially to a guy so important as Joey Olden, but talk about the experience that Tyler Horsham has been able to get because of that. Now he cracked the starting lineup, and not because of his ability at all, just cracking the lineup. We had a good starting 5, and Tyler was a guy that could come in and bang 2 threes in a hurry and really, really extend a lead or get us back into a lead, get us a spark. And he's been able to, he's filled the void really well for you.
Very well. And, the experience is. And, one of the things that, I know kids don't like to come off the court, but, those 3 guys on the top of our defense have been playing 32 minutes a night. And, that's great right now, but wait till February rolls around and their legs will feel like they've got lead boots on. And, so one of the things that we'll try to do is really reduce some of those guys' time to hopefully get their legs back under them and then get a little more quickness to them.
Well, you're going to have to exactly do that. Of course, the Railers had their game last night. We're off tonight. No Railer game tonight. But next week, Coach, we have Springfield Lanphier, who may be the hottest team right now in the Central State 8 after their big Christmas tournament victory over in Pekin. It was unbelievable. I think they knocked off the number 4, the number 1, and then Pekin was maybe, I think they were a top 4 seed also. So what a stretch by the Lions from Lanphier. And then, of course, they win last night against Rochester. We'll talk about that score. But Lanphier comes here next Friday night, and then Mattoon, a new one on the schedule, Coach, kind of back from the Big 12 days, is back, and they're coming to Roy S. Anderson on Saturday. And then you start the Meyer Classic, which just a brutal schedule with that thing. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then 2 on Saturday, and all Central State 8 out of the city of Springfield schools. So you've got Rochester, Jacksonville, Taylorville, Chatham, and I'm forgetting one. Who else is there?
Lincoln.
Us, yeah, I guess that'd be us. We'd have to play in order to be in the tournament, I guess. So we have 5, and we'll have a bunch of games in a short period of time. So when you're talking about Joey, he gets the cast off. Physically, has he been on the bike? Can he? How long is it really going to take him to get back into shape, too?
Well, with Joey, he didn't do anything up until last week. Monday he started running and things and doing our defensive slides and stuff and working at the defensive side. But, he's such a really in shape type athlete.
Soccer
plays
guy,
soccer.
He
He's
likes
basketball
to run.
And he likes, well,
if you play soccer, you like to run.
yeah,
That's all.
well, soccer and basketball are two sports, and if you don't like running, you're in the wrong area.
Yeah.
So, but he's been out doing that, and there was no need for him to do anything there for 3 or 4 weeks and be sweating and getting that sweat down in that cast and the smell of it and the itching.
That's mainly just to keep him away from Coach. Smell it.
And so forth. But he really worked out hard this last week with his running and conditioning, and he's been on the sideline shooting.
It's his left hand.
His left hand.
Right.
So it really is a good thing, because now you can't get the offhand into your shot. It's all one hand the way it should be, and he's got the release and so forth. So more so than anything, he'll create a lot of help with the defensive side of the ball. So we're hoping next Friday that he'll be able to suit up and be ready to go for the following week.
Yeah, we'll need it against Lanphier. Again, Lanphier is at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium next Friday night, the 11th. And then, of course, Mattoon coming to Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium the next night. Coach, that's a late start. Generally on Saturday, is that just Central State 8 schools that they start early?
Yeah, I think all our home games are at 6:30.
Okay.
I don't know if it says 7:30 there, but it's all of them are 6:30 now. There's a little bit of confusion trying to do the non-conference games at 7:30, so we're trying all 6:30 games on Saturday night.
So 5 for the sophomore game on
Correct.
Saturdays, and then 6:30 for the varsity.
Correct.
Okay. Coach, real quick, let's run through the scores last night. Any surprises in the Central State 8? Probably one, I guess, maybe. Maybe it's not becoming a surprise, but Sacred Heart Griffin 51, Glenwood 49. I know Glenwood had some sickness, some injury. Sacred Heart Griffin improves to 10-3. They're 3-1 in the conference. Glenwood Falls really the team to beat before we knocked them off, and then after that they've gone downhill. They're 10-5 and 1-3 in the conference, and the way they started, the way they were going, Coach, I think we caught them at a good time, and after we put a whooping on them, they've been downhill ever since.
Well, we didn't exactly whoop them, but
we whooped them any win is a whooping in my book.
Okay, all right, but I think they played pretty well last night, even without Peyton Allen and Helm, and they've got another kid that's a sophomore that's projected to be their starting guard that's been out with mono, and they're hoping to get all 3 of them back here soon.
Probably right before we play them in the Meyer Classic.
They're supposed to be back next weekend.
Yeah,
so
imagine that.
which is going down there and playing them on their home court's hard enough.
Yeah.
But it should be an interesting thing. Sacred Heart Griffin, if you're not physical with them, you'll be in a lot of trouble, because that's how they play, and they try to take the fall sport to the winter sport, and they just try and beat you up. But they're doing a pretty good job of it right now.
Lanphier 65, Rochester 37. Lanphier improves to 9-5, 3-2 in the conference. Rochester 1-8, 1-2 in the conference. Jacksonville was a big winner last night over Taylorville. They're 10-3 now, 3-0 in the conference, and Taylorville drops to 9-4. 0-4. They're still looking for that conference win. I don't know if it's reached 90 games. It's got to be close. But tonight, Coach, Springfield winless. 0-14 comes into Taylorville. The Tornadoes are going to get it done tonight.
Well, I watched Taylorville at Christmas time down in their tournament, and I thought they were much improved from the time that we played them, and I think they're a very, very solid basketball team. And I think, they're looking at maybe 12 to 15 wins this year,
Right.
and going from 0 to that is quite an accomplishment for Coach McVickers and Taylorville, and the streak will be broken this year. I don't know if it'll be tonight.
Just hope it's not the Railers.
Yeah, well, because we got them coming up here, the week after in the Meyer.
So we're hoping Springfield takes care of business, and Taylorville gets that win tonight.
Yeah, you come out slow and sluggish on them, and they've got shooters. They're playing some more sophomores that didn't play a whole lot when we played them, but they are. They've got some good young kids that, next year will be for them being in our league for the last year. They'll be pretty solid.
So check the scores tomorrow. The Taylorville record of winless streak in the Central State 8 might be broken tonight as Springfield travels to Taylorville. One score out of conference last night was Manual 74, Southeast 68. So Southeast has dropped a few games since Christmas started, the Christmas tournament. But all in all, Coach, very well rounded. Us at 4-1, Jacksonville at 3-0, and Sacred Heart Griffin at 3-1. I think Jacksonville plays Southeast tonight at Southeast, so that'll be a good one. Several games. Lanphier is at Chatham. So if you're not doing anything, and after the Illinois game today, you want to see a couple good games, you can go to Chatham or Southeast tonight and watch really two excellent basketball games tonight.
Yeah, we're splitting up, and we're going to go see both those games. We got Jacksonville next week, but the week after, we got Lanphier next Friday, and then turn around and with Chatham the following week. So all four of those, and then Southeast, I think we get right as soon as we get through the Meyer Classic. So, we got all four of those teams coming right at us.
Yeah, we'll have that Meyer Classic schedule for you next Saturday on the cheap seats as we get ready, as hopefully after a big win from Lanphier. We'll definitely need the Railer faithful next Friday night at home against Lanphier, and they'll be bringing one of the better guards in the state of Illinois, and Larry Austin Jr. is getting offers from a lot of big time schools. So you can check out hopefully a Railer W and also some talent all over the court, not only for the Lions but also for the Railers.
Yeah, they're very quick, just like always, and they play the same style of ball that they've played in the past. So we hope we can control tempo, and I think they're much quicker than what Southeast is, and I thought Southeast was super quick.
Yeah.
So, we're going to have to be able to handle that. As far as our tournament next week, if they want to check our website, we'll get that posted on our website as soon as we get it, and if we get it at 8 o'clock in the morning, by 9 o'clock, we'll try to have it posted. So as soon as we get it, we'll get it up on our website so you can check our site out.
Yeah, we'll have everybody. That'll be a good tournament. Maybe one of the more well-rounded tournaments that the Meyer has seen in years. I think it's switched now to not the Meyer anymore, but
it's a Country Market.
Country Market took over this time. So we'll be down there all week. You can check out all the games on 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. Coach, thanks for stopping in today. Have fun scouting tonight, and we'll see you next Friday night.
Okay, thank you.
We're going to be back in just a couple minutes. We got Illinois to talk about and football playoffs as Jake is checking out the NFL lineup for you. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. You're the Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.